Traders, welcome back to the channel, and today we are talking about AMC. I am bringing you an update because over the past 2 days we have gotten some very flat and sideways movement, and everyone's asking, Tyler, is the pump over? Is the gamma squeeze not happening? Are we getting the push to the next level? When are we going to the moon? So I'm going to be covering everything about that here in this video. Actually, in the last video I drew a chart, and overall we're seeing the exact movement we expected on the chart. You can go check out the latest update video on AMC, the actual YouTube video posted, not one of the lives, because that will cover exactly what we anticipated to happen on the stock. We anticipated this consolidation. We wanted to see a slower move to the upside, and that's what we're seeing because it is setting up a massive next step, and I'm going to show you what I am expecting next. But before we get into that content, I need you to do one thing and one thing only. Hit that sub button down below, leave a thumbs up, and have the notifications turned on because we post videos every single day regarding the stocks that we love and the stocks that we are trading. So make sure you have the subscribe button hit right now. Also, we are live every single night at 9 p.m. Central, typically to 11 p.m., maybe even midnight, every single day, going over every trade and what we see happening the next day. So make sure you catch that live after this video. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get to it. Okay, so in this video, we're going to cover two things on the article side of things and then cover the overall chart. The things on the article side are very, very important. I want to cover the borrow rate because the borrow rate is very, very important. And if you want some more information regarding the gamma squeeze, trades, and Uncle Bruce went over this yesterday, and it was phenomenal. The interview trades did with Uncle Bruce was phenomenal, and it kind of covers everything you need to cover when it comes to the gamma and overall the short squeeze. They cover literally everything, and I can't really emphasize that enough. So go check out his channel. It was actually a live. It was about 2 hours long, very, very in-depth. You can skip ahead if you need to, but I really like that. But on the borrow rate, that's going to show us why I am so bullish overall and why I believe the shorts have not even began to cover their positions. And then we're going to look at the volume because the volume today was almost dead. Even with no volume, this stock held at a massive bullish point. So that's what we need to get into. Let's get into those things right now. All right, so the first thing we're gonna look at is volume. So if you scroll down to the middle, you can see on volume. If you wanna look at this for yourself, go to Yahoo Finance, type in your stock, hit historical data, and boom, you are there. So it's been about a week since we've seen these levels tested on volume. The lowest we had in over 8 days was 40 million. And today we're still seeing double that, almost 77, give or take, million in volume. Still a decent bit, but we're overall holding the line. Now, I'm going to get into the chart and why I say this is so big, where we held, and kind of everything going on. It was still a pretty decent day. We tested some really key levels and bumped right back up immediately. The bulls showed their strength, but let's get to the borrow rate. Here is the borrow rate on this the left-hand side. You can see the 8.6% borrow rate, and look how long it's been trending at 8.6%, roughly 2 days. The last time we trended this high was only 6%, 6.1%. We topped out and then we quickly came back down. You see, that was roughly 30-45 minutes we held in that range, and then we came right back down. But no, we're topping out at 8.65% for almost 2 days fully, and this is going to start off going into the next day, going into tomorrow. So what does this mean, and what should I be taking from this? Now, this is not financial advice, so do your own due diligence. This is just my interpretation. Looking at this, it shows me that there is a lot of shorts being put on this, and there's a lot of interest, right? So people are very interested in getting into these shorts, specifically hedge funds and institutions. So they continue to stack up, and as we look at the chart, I'm going to show you something very key to why I am so bullish. But as these shorts keep adding, it kind of shows us they're not covering their positions yet because we're not moving up as a stock yet. So we're going to look at that here in a sec. But if shorts keep adding on, what does that mean? When they start to cover their positions, they're going to have to go very deep to cover these positions. And this almost 9% interest fee is absolutely insane for a stock like AMC because it's priced so low. When it's something like GameStop, you can even afford a 12-13% fee because it's priced so high. But AMC is so cheap right now, you're going to have to move a lot further down to really make a profit with these fees when you're going millions of dollars deep. So let's get into the chart. Okay, so I'm talking fast, I understand that, so please try to stay with me. I have not touched this chart in literally 2 to 3 days since we last made the last video. What we anticipated was this slight move up right here. We anticipated that move up. But from that move up, we did not anticipate another clean shot directly up, and we really didn't want to see that. everyone kind of ridiculed me and didn't really like, say, Tyler, why do you want to see sideways movement? Why do you want consolidation? And I'm going to get into that. When we see these sideways movement and the slower movement to the upside, it typically leads to a stronger, more bullish move when we eventually do move out, and it leads to a longer move out, right? So we're getting this move, and now we're getting the consolidation on the sideways, a little bit more downward pressure, but the downward pressure doesn't concern me because it appears that we were actually bull flagging and now breaking back above that support, which looks very, very strong. If we can get back above the VWAP, I anticipate a pretty strong move going into Wednesday, and I think shorts start to cover some positions tomorrow if we get above this resistance. You can also see we are trending sideways in this zone, holding it overall. We've broken below 880, but overall we continue to hold it very, very strong. The reason why I believe personally that shorts are really stacking up their positions into this overall zone is because we're not breaking out of it, right? So we're just sitting in it. And so as you see, we're sitting at 8.7% give or take in this zone for overall fees to get into more shorts. And overall, I think hedge funds think we're not going to break below it, or not break above it, we're going to break below it, and then we're going to see some more downside, we'll cover our fees, we'll be fine. But what happens theoretically if we break back above this range and start moving towards $10? I believe personally hedge funds have to start covering positions because, like I said, there's unlimited risk here. And if you're not really familiar with how shorts play these positions, let me explain to you as simple as possible. So let's say I'm shorting the stock and my entry on AMC is $10. So AMC moves to $10 and I open contracts for shorts at $10, correct? So let's say the stock moves down to $8. I could cash my position in and I would get paid $2 per share that I own because it's $2 in the money. That's what would happen. But let's say I entered these $10 shorts and we started to move to the upside and we moved to $14. Then I would owe them $4 per share, and I would also owe them that 8.65% fee on everything that I entered. Yes, 8.65% interest. But Tyler, what happens if we go to, let's say, the $25 long-term target? It's a great question. I'm glad you asked. As we move up, it will not cap out at just $10. No, there is unlimited risk. If we go to $25, then I will owe them $15 for each share that I shorted. And let's say things get even crazier and we somehow go to $100. I would owe them $90 per share. And this goes on and on and on. And these hedge funds have unlimited amounts of risk plus the fees for however long they hold them. And they have to pay these fees at set times. So this gets very, very interesting. So the only thing hedge funds can really do at this point is say, maybe I should start covering my position to have some longs to hedge the overall position. And then once it starts heading back down, I'll close out my longs and I'll ride the shorts and I'll keep adding some shorts along the way. This is kind of the smart thing to do if you're looking at it. That's what they did with GameStop, and that's kind of how GameStop got screwed, especially when they halted the markets. But right now, hedge funds are not adding. They are not covering shorts. And if they were covering shorts, we would see an upward direction move on the stock. And I don't believe that's happening yet. And it would have to be massive amounts of shares, and we're not seeing that buy volume coming yet. But what's happening, and this is the theory behind the gamma squeeze, is that positions are going to have to start covering their option positions that closed out of the money underneath $8 last week. And this is in theory to take place tomorrow on Wednesday. Now, I don't want to touch bases on this too much, but Trey covers this well, so go check his video out. They covered it extensively. It's really good. But where I see us moving, because of the price action right now, we're flagging sideways. I want to see upward pressure, right? Slow upward pressure to about $10, $11. When we break the $10 range, in my opinion, I believe hedge funds have to start covering positions. And once this happens, we could see massive movement happen. And this gamma and short squeeze could keep happening over and over and over because the shorts are stacked up so high on this stock. Now, it's hard to see the exact numbers. We can't really look on Fintel. It looks like everything's rather manipulated for us, and it's really unfair. But I've been mentioning since the beginning, around $5, $5.50, that the numbers they're giving to us are highly, highly manipulated. I'm not going to touch the chart anymore, so you can just keep that for the next time we come in for another update. But overall, I think this is moving in a very good direction. And as we look at the OBV, something very interesting is happening. We're seeing this back-to-back upside continue to happen. Again, I'm not going to touch or change anything, but I do want to point out that we're continuing to get these legs up. The buyers are interested. The buying power is there. People that are holding the positions are not selling off. We're just seeing shorts continue to be dumped on. The outstanding shares continue to be ranked up. and it's getting very, very interesting. That's why I love this stock. That's why I see highs being tested, at least on the local level. That $14, $13 is my short-term target. I think it could get a lot more parabolic from there as well. Okay, so we're looking at GameStop. Tyler, what is your position? Have you added more? Are you having stocks? Do you have call options? What are you doing? What should I do? Well, I can't tell you what to do because I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, but I'll tell you what I'm doing. This is just my opinion, and this is what I'm personally doing with my portfolio. I'm buying call options, and I've been buying call options. I have some at 16, 14, and now 11. And I have about 19 total call options at $11. And it's not super expensive, but that's just personally what I'm in. And when I exit, I will post it on the channel so everyone knows, just to be transparent with everyone. Now, again, this is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence and get your own opinion for yourself. I just want people to know what I'm thinking and kind of where my head's at with this stock. I do see it to be a pretty big opportunity for myself and for my portfolio. So again, do your own due diligence. It's going to be pretty interesting. Things could get very parabolic, and that's what I'm looking for. Also, I'll be live after this video almost immediately around 9 p.m. Central. So make sure you hop in the live and check it out and ask whatever questions you need, because I'll be live for some time. Again, boys, thanks for having me. Hope you got something out of this video. Make sure you hit that sub button down below. Namaste.